past. Nowadays, I'm a different me. I put the bottle down. Now I'm seeing everything differently. I watch so many shows, it's getting harder to remember. From Brooklyn to Philly to DC, from Brooklyn to Philly to DC to Houston and to Denver. Lord knows I appreciate all the love that I've been given. But these are the people who showed me love from the beginning. I remember the last time they popped up at a show to visit me. When I saw their faces, my eyes lit up like a Christmas tree. Thank you for your consistency. Your names pop up once in a while when me and Chrissy speak. We be reminiscing about those days when we were less productive, back when she was suicidal and I was being self-destructive. We remember those times when life wasn't going too well and how y'all showed us the kind of love we couldn't even. We be reminiscing about those days when we were less productive, back when she was suicidal and I was being self-destructive. Yeah, we remember those times when life just wasn't going well and how y'all showed us the kind of love that we couldn't show ourselves. She's the one who called me and told me that Chris had transitions while she's in the hospital, while she's in bad condition. His last words to Loran was that he loved it. Then he took his last breath and went to be with his mother. I told Christina, this is why we can't waste. Could have been me and you saying goodbyes on that FaceTime. I just called Justice to tell her about what happened. I just had called Justice to tell her about what had happened. Told her, like, sis, I'm sorry for always being distracted. She quick to call me out whenever I'm being distant. Had to take the chance to tell her I love her before I missed it. Forever thankful for Chris and Loran and the whole crew. Gave me strength to face myself like a man is supposed to. And for the record, I wanted to take the time to make this clear. I didn't care if Chris did drag, didn't care if he was queer. Every time that I embraced him, every moment was sincere. Only the insecure operate from a place of fear. See, it's not a matter of who's judging or who's agreeing. When I met Chris, all I saw was a human being. He was a free spirit who earned a place in my heart. Life is such a crazy journey, and thanks for playing your part. Y'all gave me the strength to face my reflection I had to fight with. And I've been winning ever since. So please rest in paradise, Chris. Thank you.
Now we're going to open it up for other people that would like to say something. And again, remember, this will bring comfort to the family. Nice, what he meant to you and what he meant to other people, how he was a kind person and was true to himself. That is a comfort to the family, that his life was important to them and to you. Is there anybody that would like to come forward? Don't be afraid. It's hard for the first one to get up. After that, people aren't so shy. Okay, here we go. After that, others can come up.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Chris's oldest niece, Olivia. I know some of you do know me as Mini Beyonce because I'd always be dancing in his living room or just around everybody. He did everything he could for me, my sister, my brother, all my cousins. He made sure that we stayed together. He made sure that we kept in contact with each other because family was everything to him. And you could ask anybody, he'll open up his heart to you. It doesn't matter who you are, your skin color, what you identify. I didn't know what any of this stuff meant. I didn't know what it was to be gay or straight or anything like that. But the one day I saw him and I saw that he had long hair and he did his eyebrows. And I was like, wow, who is this beautiful woman? And it was my uncle. And so from that point on, I got to learn what a whole different definition, open and love it. And when he busted a split, I literally lost my jaw. You'd have to see it. You'd pay good money to see that. But with that being said, that just goes to show how talented he is. Not how he was, how he still is, because he still lives in our hearts. He will always be there. He will stay with anyone because he was a kindred spirit and it was genuine. He genuinely loved everyone he touched. And if it wasn't for my uncle, I wouldn't be where I am today. If it wasn't for my grandmother, I wouldn't be where I am today. Those two held me down in times where I lost myself, where I didn't know who I was. And they stood there and they put that crown back on my head and told me, you are worth it. You are beautiful. You are loved. And I will always appreciate him for that. And I appreciate him for keeping me and my cousins and my siblings close. And now I have my uncle and my dad, and I'm missing one. I'm missing my other uncle, my other half. Peace, knowing that he's reunited with his best friend. And now I'm missing two. But it's okay, because I feel them around me, and they're still here. And there's no getting away from his hearty laugh or her smile. They'll always be around us. So always just take, so always just take, it only takes 2 seconds to tell someone you love them. And I just want to say to him that I love him and I will always love him. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay.
My name is Jen, and I met Chris when he was only 14 years old when him and his brother Joe moved across the street from my house, and I was a wild child myself. My porch and on their porch, I would perform little skits for them and, sing like my heart was content, and I cannot carry a note. But Chris eventually found his way to my church. I invited him and he came, and I believe that was the foundation that was laid for him to find the Lord. And, life went on, and Tina came into the picture, and we spent many, many hours, and Chris was always a staple in my life. And as time went on, and in the last couple years, as life happens, we get carried away. And I would say the only regret I really have is that in the last, I would say 10 years or so, I didn't keep as close contact with him as I wish I had. Life just gets too busy. So I, enjoyed knowing Chris. I enjoyed knowing his family. And there's a piece of my heart that I have missed. And, just know, JB and Joey, that I'm here for you. And if you need anything, don't stop from reaching out.
Anyone else? Please step forward. Oh, you can come up and wait behind. That's all right. You were first. That's okay.
Hello. So Lauren is my daughter. I wouldn't say I'm her mom because she doesn't call me mom. I'm her mother. I've always heard about Chris. Oh my goodness. I said, Lauren, why do you have this young man all over creation? Why are you doing that? She said, oh, Chris loves to travel. And I think Chris's favorite place is Jamaica. He loves Jamaica. So, and she said, I always said, I want to meet Chris. So one day Lauren called me and she said, Dan, I'm going to bring Chris over to meet you. So I am in my driveway waiting for them. I saw the car pull up and I went out. And they came out of the car and I said, I looked. And the thing is, I said it with love in my heart, and he turned to Lauren and he said, Lauren, I love your mom already. And we loved each other. I loved Chris. So then Lord was in England last, I don't know. I have no idea. I can keep up with it. Anyway. She was somewhere in this world. And something happened, and she had to call Chris to tell him that something had, okay, she lost her phone. So my phone rang, and I answered, and the person on the phone said to me, "Hi, Dan." Big friend. Oh, my goodness me. So, Chris is a sweetheart. I love him. When I say those things, I really mean it. I love him. And he loved me. And Lauren can tell you. He's anywhere. Hi, Dan. He's a little big friend. That's what he addressed himself